Peace and blessings, everyone. Got a visit this morning from some Jehovah's Witnesses. So I got the recent issue of the Watchtower. I've actually had many encounters with the Jehovah's Witnesses over the years since I've been living here presently. They've come and gone. I've had them come, sit. I always tell them, you know, come anytime. We can sit and talk. Because I'm willing to listen to what they have to say for my search for truth. But then also at the same time, I am going to question them about truth. So usually there'll be one to come by, or a couple. A lot of times they come in pairs, and they might come by for a while, but usually what happens is once they realize that they're not going to convert me, they stop coming by. So time go by, someone else come by. So like I said, that's what goes on. So has a new pair that came today. Like I said, got this recent issue, and I was reading through it. Usually I try to read through them. I say try because, you know, I take it and I tell them, okay, yeah, I'll read it. If you want to come back, we can discuss it. But usually what ends up happening is, as I read through them, I don't know if it's what would I call it? Frustrated? I don't know if it's frustrated, but what it is, and I thought, and I was thinking of this as I was reading. I relate the Bible and capitalism in the same way. And it's like, what? I know you're saying the Bible and capitalism. That's what I mean. If you look at them truthfully, there are many flaws in it. It's shown. I mean, if you just read the Bible straight out, there are flaws. Now, for you devout Christians out there, you evangelicals, you know, you can debate me if you want, but the truth is, if you have read the Bible from front to back, there are contradictions, there are gaps, there are flaws, and that's just the truth. And I'm not doing it to try to demean it or put it down or even invalidate it, because it still could be the absolute truth, the Word of God. It could be. But staying in truth, and it's all about truth. Truth is God. God is truth. You will find these things in the Bible. So, once again, relating it to capitalism, you look at the flaws, and what ends up happening is that to fill in these gaps, these holes, these flaws, contradictions, they'll make up something to explain it away. You know, they'll interpret it in their own way. Well, it didn't mean this. It meant something else. God didn't mean that. He meant something else. Well, if he meant it, then why didn't he say it? How can I believe you, or leave it up to you to interpret it as meaning that? To say that that's the truth of it, meaning that? It really comes down to when you wholeheartedly try to say that, well, this is really what it meant. How can I believe you? And so that's what I end up having the problems when I read these. You know, they'll cover stories. I don't know if you've ever read a Watchtower before. You know, but it's always something relating to the Bible, and it's how you can apply to your life and what the Bible is meaning and how it shows us the way. But they'll cover something, and then they'll skip a flaw, they'll cover a flaw, they'll make it sound good, like putting forward a good face. You know, instead of dealing with the truth of it, they'll get around it. And it's frustrating to me because it's not dealing with the truth. Like I said, it's just trying to find a way to make it work. And this what really got me thinking. The article I was reading, and it's called "Pursuing a Meaningful Purpose in Life," and it was talking about people who were pursuing careers. It started off talking of a guy from Korea who was going to be a doctor. He figured being a doctor would bring him a lot of prestige and financial wealth, but he wasn't happy being a doctor. And he thought about being an artist, but then he wasn't doing anything to help anyone else by being an artist, whatnot. But of course, once he started focusing on just serving Jehovah, he was totally happy. And this thing, so there was another story of this couple, and it spoke of them having an inexpensive home and whatnot, and not focusing on working in a secular realm, meaning things outside of being holy. Secular being things of this world, and that they were really happy, and then they had kids and their daughters. The kids and the parents into the full-time ministry. Now the daughters are happily married, 3 of them with children of their own. Their families too are happy, and they continue to put Jehovah's purpose first. And this is the problem I have with that. It goes back to putting forward a good face, making things appear happy. I'm sure you might be one of people who speak of their happiness and how happy they are and how their religion is making them so happy and how great it is. They're out joyous, smiling, but then if you were a fly on the wall of their house, it changes totally. Like yelling, cussing, fussing, everything out. All the stress comes out when they're in the confines of their own home. The truth comes out. It says their daughters are happily married. Are they really? Are they truly, really? How many couples are truly happy, completely happy in their marriage? I mean, what are the stats? 50% of marriages fail, so there's plenty of unhappiness. But is it truly pure happiness in their marriage? It could be. I don't know. But I'm saying if we look at the truth of the conditions of this world and how things are, most likely no. They are experiencing unhappiness and suffering because it just happens. That's just what happens because of the differences, all the little fires that are going on in this world of unhappiness. It's bound to be there. And for you to say, well, it's not because we serve Jehovah, and if you do it, then you'll be happy too. I just feel it's not being honest, not being truthful. And if you're not being truthful, if you're not bringing forth the truth, then to me you're not helping. It's lying in a way. And one important, hard-hitting story is the recent revelations of Mother Teresa. It comes out that she was in such great pain and doubting her faith, the validity of it, and if God was truly there. She felt lonely. She felt like it wasn't anything there. She served God, but at times she felt that God wasn't even there. But this didn't come out till later. After reading her diaries that she had and that she wrote letters to a pastor who she confided in. That's the truth of it. And it's not to say that it invalidated her religion, her faith. It's dealing with the truth of it. So the truth could be she didn't feel anything because God wasn't there, or the truth is that It was just a necessary process of her serving God that she had to go through that suffering, maybe to test her will. But we always have to let the truth come out, and we can deal with it accordingly. In absence of truth, then I say, then we bring forth unequal belief, the greatest belief, perfect belief. But that's only in the absence, when for whatever reason we can't find it, even though we search for it, and we continue to search for it. But we have to continue to search for it. But while searching, if you're not able to find it, well, then you have that unequal belief, but still moving forward, looking for the truth, being willing to accept it once it comes, and changing the course of your belief. I have this belief, I'm moving forward. Oh, I found out a truth. I found out a truth that eliminates my belief. So I need to push that belief aside to put that truth in front. Once again, truth is God. God is truth. So it always comes first, above all else. So this is something I want to share with you. And there's another article on the very back. What is truth? So I'm going to read that, and I will have to make another video covering that. Until then, God bless. Peace and love.